Good morning, everyone. First, thank you for joining us for my COVID-19 State of the City. Before I get started, I want to thank all the first responders, West Palm Beach Police and Fire, as well as the healthcare workers on the front lines in the fight against COVID-19. All of these men and women are true heroes. I also want to thank all the city staff that has continued to help us work during the midst of this pandemic. I truly appreciate all of your efforts. This morning, I have some key announcements to share about our city's response to and recovery from COVID-19, and we'll also have some information about the progress being made through the city's COVID-19 response unit, which I formed a few weeks ago. As you can see this morning, I am joined by City Commissioners Corey Nearing, Joe Peduzzi, and Christina Lambert. These city commissioners, as well as Commission President Kelly Schoaf, Commissioner Christy Fox, and former Mayor Jerry Moyo, are working alongside me to lead the COVID-19 response unit. Also joining us this morning is West Palm Beach Emergency Manager Assistant Chief Brent Bloomfield, who will also provide some updates. From hurricanes to COVID-19, Chief Bloomfield has been helping to lead numerous emergency response efforts in recent years, and we truly appreciate his expertise. Now, to say these past few weeks have been difficult for our community is an understatement. We've witnessed the dramatic loss of jobs in our city. We have seen our local economy come to all but a screeching halt. We've seen tragically the loss of loved ones, friends, and our most vulnerable. But today, we begin to see a glimmer of hope, a slender green shoot fighting through the ground, reaching toward the sunlight. We've seen clear signs of COVID-19 peaking and the number of new cases flattening out. Now, let me be clear. The number is down because of our residents complying with social distancing and health safety measures. So thank you, West Palm Beach residents, for practicing social distancing, following stay-at-home orders, and taking precautions such as washing hands and wearing face masks. We need to keep this going. What we're doing is working, and if we keep at it, we can hope to end this sooner rather than later. So please, please continue to do your part. Now, we're in the very early stages of thinking about the process of reopening our city and what that might look like. The experts tell us that COVID-19 will spike again if restrictions are removed too abruptly. So we have to look at reopening not as a big splash, but rather as a gradual flow, like the slow opening of a faucet. When is it safe to come out again? When COVID-19 is no longer spreading widely, when we have an even stronger healthcare system, when reliable tests are readily available, and when we have a robust public health capacity. We will have to ensure that our medically vulnerable continue to shelter in place. We will have to prioritize the societal rather than the economic benefits. And trust me, we will be prepared to tighten that faucet again if cases spike. Now, any reopening would occur slowly and would be a coordinated effort with our partners at Palm Beach County. Any reopening must comply with all applicable state and county guidelines. But again, we're currently in very preliminary stages of conversations about what the future reopening will look like. Now for a few updates. The testing center at 15 Ballpark of the Palm Beaches, operated by the county and the healthcare district in West Palm Beach, continues to take appointments. To schedule an appointment, call 561-642-1000. Again, that's 561-642-1000. I'm proud to say that on Wednesday of this week, the City of West Palm Beach partnered with Quantum Foundation, Found Care, Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church, and the West Palm Beach Housing Authority to offer mobile COVID-19 testing at the Paul Lawrence Dunbar Complex in Coleman Park. We tested over 100 individuals. Now, this was important to me as I had become aware of significant disparities in the rate at which the African American community was being tested as compared to other groups. Now, we'll continue to work on bringing more mobile testing to our city to serve various populations that cannot get to a testing site. We are hopeful to start this effort next week. Now I'd like to call up City of West Palm Beach Emergency Manager Brent Bloomfield to talk about that and some other key safety issues. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. Assistant Chief Brent Bloomfield. I am the Emergency Manager for the city. West Palm Beach Emergency Operations Center is now at a level 2 partial activation. We are currently coordinating all efforts with Palm Beach County Department of Emergency Management. We are assessing the needs of our vulnerable population in the city. The EOC has deployed a nursing home and assisted living facility task force. The task force is made up of members from the police and fire department who are collecting information regarding nursing home and assisted living facilities, staff resident needs, and personal protective equipment. We are keeping a close eye on the most vulnerable populations in the city. We have partnered with the Department of Health regarding nursing homes and assisted living facilities and their best practices to keep staff and residents safe. We have a public nonprofit partnership with the Department of Health, the Quantum Foundation, and Found Care, where we are conducting COVID testing in order to ensure all segments of our community have access to testing. We plan to bring mobile testing to residents who do not have the ability to travel to the drive-through locations. We completed over 100 mobile tests with our amazing partners this week. We are currently planning on conducting testing in the near future as tests are made available through our partnerships with the Department of Health, the Quantum Foundation, and Found Care. I would like to reiterate, we are seeing a flattening of the curve. It is due to the diligence of our city and businesses, our citizens and businesses in our city. The plan that we have put forward is working. Washing your hands, social distancing, and wearing masks is working. I ask that we continue to follow these guidelines as we move forward. Please continue to support local businesses as much as possible, and we will all get through this together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief. And thank you for all the great work that you're doing, coordinating with through the West Palm Beach Emergency Operations Center to serve our residents. We truly appreciate it. Now I want to share an update on some of our economic support programs. The city continues to work hard to support West Palm Beach businesses during this crisis. We continue to process applications for the city's Recovery and Assistance Program in partnership with the Downtown Development Authority, Valley National Community Bank, and the Urban League of Palm Beach County. The city is making available short-term loans in amounts between $5,000 and $10,000 with minimal interest rates and generous repayment periods to eligible small businesses in West Palm Beach. We are processing applications quickly, verifying eligibility, and we are starting to cut checks to our local businesses to help support them. We have approved 15 business applications for loans totaling $139,000. We are also helping residents through our rental eviction protection program. To date, we've received almost 50 applications for this program, which provides temporary rental assistance, up to 2 months of rent, due to a loss of income as a direct result of COVID-19 mitigation. Our goal is simple: to keep people in their homes during this crisis. This program is continuing. Now, this week we began offering assistance for people completing their unemployment applications. This week we served 25 people and will continue to help our residents in this regard. We are also working to facilitate food and meal distribution in our city. Food access is one of the biggest concerns for our residents. This week, I signed an executive order requiring anyone coordinating a food distribution event in West Palm Beach to register with the city. We want to make sure there is traffic and security plans, and we want to ensure compliance with all applicable health regulations and social distancing protocols. We want to offer programs for food in West Palm Beach, and we are looking at increasing those opportunities, but we also want residents to have confidence that those events are conducted safely. Beyond health and food resources, our city is also providing other services. Since COVID-19 first impacted our city, our library has seen a 40% increase in library card signups and a 50% increase in usage of our digital resources. This is a free public service, and anyone can get a Mandel Public Library card. You don't have to be a West Palm Beach resident. This will help you get access to the library's many offerings, including digital movies, music, and of course, online books. It's a great way to pass the time while keeping the family safe at home. I explore everyone under the sound of my voice. I encourage you to explore our library services virtually. All of the programs that I just mentioned are accessible via our website on our COVID-19 resource page. Just go to wpb.org/COVID-19. This page has just been updated and reorganized to improve the user experience. We've also updated the frequently asked questions page on the website so you can have all of your questions answered. As a city, we are resilient, collaborative, and innovative, and we're continuing to look at ways to realign our staff and repurpose our programs to fit in with these trying times. One example I'd like to point out. Our Parks and Events Division has created a series of DIY, that's do-it-yourself programming. Now, COVID-19 couldn't get the best of our annual spring egg hunt. Last week, our award-winning events department found a way to make it extra special for the kids, all while practicing social distancing. The team distributed 18,000 eggs in 6,000 bags at drive-thrus in 5 locations throughout the city to ensure that West Palm Beach kids could still have their spring egg hunt at home. Now, that's innovation. Some have referred to these times as dark times for our city, but I believe these times are truly bringing out the very best in our community. One example was Meg Fielder, co-founder of Cotton Bottom Diaper Bank, and Mike Greco, owner of Safebound Moving and Storage. The two of them donated the first 10,000 diapers to families in need through the COVID-19 response unit. Additionally, community members have donated enough food to serve 500 individuals. These meals have been distributed by West Palm Beach Police working with our COVID-19 response unit. There are so many examples of such kindness and generosity that I've created the West Palm Beach Together Heroes campaign to acknowledge great individuals making a difference in our community. 3 weeks ago, we announced the launch of the West Palm Beach COVID-19 response unit. This group is a first-of-its-kind effort to align our city services with nonprofits in the private sector in a partnership to help serve community needs and focus on long-term recovery efforts. This response unit helps organize resources in the areas of housing and homeless, economic support and recovery, seniors, children and families, food, water and medicine, community services and volunteer engagement, nonprofits and faith-based outreach, and health and public safety. The major advantage of this unit that helps our city directors continue to do the work needed to run the city and continue to provide essential services while bringing in resources from the private sector and nonprofit under the guidance of the commissioners as well as former Mayor Jerry Moyle. Now, some staff has been assigned to help as coordinators on the COVID-19 response unit, and I just want to take this time to thank all of our commissioners and former Mayor Moyle for their efforts leading these groups. This program is gaining momentum, and today some of our commissioners are here with some updates to share. First, I would like to invite Commissioner Nearing to come up and speak about updates from the Housing and Homeless Group. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mayor James. Hello, my name is Commissioner Corey Nearing, and I'm serving as the COVID-19 Response Unit Housing and Homeless Group Leader. Our group consists of Eric Kelly, CEO of Quantum Foundation, Clarice Redding, Director of Community Services for Vita Nova, Diana Stanley, CEO of The Lord's Place, Laurel Robinson, Executive Director of West Palm Beach Housing Authority, Jennifer Ferriol, Director of Housing and Community Development for West Palm Beach, and finally, Marcus Laws, Homeless Service Coordinator for West Palm Beach. The group is working to support the city's program for rental eviction protection, on reemployment strategies, and food stamp assistance programs. And we encourage residents to take advantage of these resources, and we are exploring ways to get more people signed up. In addition, I am proud to announce that today we have also launched a program called the Closet Deposit Challenge as a part of a public-private partnership with local agencies. Vita Nova, a nonprofit organization that works with young adults to help them transition to independent living, is partnering with Dare to Care to provide mobile showers for a homeless population. We are asking residents who can help to please donate brand new socks, brand new underwear for men and women, and hygiene products like soap, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, and shampoo. We also need pre-washed men's and women's clothing in extra large and double XL. You can put together a care package of these essential products and drop them off at Vita Nova, located at 2724 North Australian Avenue in West Palm Beach, between noon and 5 p.m. on Tuesdays and Wednesdays only. I also want to thank Eric Kelly and the Quantum Foundation for providing startup funds to get this program going immediately. We encourage others to join our initiative and support our community. Residents can learn more on our city's website and also on our Facebook page under #ClosetDeposit. We look forward to expanding our program in housing and homeless resources, as well as all of us getting through this together. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner, and I'm so excited about that initiative that you're rolling out. Next, I would like to invite to the podium Commissioner Peduzzi to speak to us about the updates coming out in connection with the Seniors, Families, and Children team. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Joe Peduzzi. I'm a commissioner here in West Palm Beach, and I just wanted to thank you, Mayor, for your leadership and the leadership of your administration. I'd also like to thank my colleagues on the dais for being a very collegial group to work with. There's not a group that works harder. Thank you to our police department and fire department and all our first responders for all the work they're doing during this pandemic. As you now know, I've been asked to lead the COVID-19 response for our seniors, children, and families. Our team members include Claudia Kirk-Bartow, who is the President of Junior Achievement and Rotary Club of West Palm Beach, Kate Ariza, who's the CEO of the South Florida Science Center, Margot McKnight, who is the CEO of the Palm Beach Zoo, Lee Hooks, past president of the Kiwanis Club of Northside, George Singer, president of the Bay Winds Master Association, Leah Rockwell, director of West Palm Beach Parks and Recreation, Chris Murray, director of the Mandel Public Library, and Lisa Hathaway, assistant director of the Mandel Public Library. Our group has been busy connecting with existing organizations that provide services to our children, families, and seniors, as well as civic, educational, and cultural organizations to identify needs and resources. We recognize that there are segments of our population that have these needs, but may not know where to go, who to call, or who to ask. First, the City of West Palm Beach has a variety of resources and services available. Secondly, there are many nonprofits and cultural organizations within our city that have some great programs and resources. For our seniors, we're proud to announce that we've established our Senior Connect initiative. Seniors have experienced a disconnect from friends and family. Many are afraid to leave their homes, even for essential items such as food and medicine. We want them to know that we are here to help and that things will get back to normal. Some seniors may simply need a quick phone call of reassurance. Others may need help with more pressing needs. Two of our local organizations have partnered up, and that being 211 Helpline and the Area Agency on Aging, to expand their Aging and Disability Resource Center. If you are a senior or know a senior who may be in need of assistance or could benefit from a check-in or sunshine call, we encourage you to connect with these groups. Dial 211 or contact the Area on Aging at 866-684-5885. You can also visit youradrc.org. That's youradrc.org. They will have trained counselors available to speak with you in Spanish, English, and Haitian Creole. They will provide resources to our senior community. I also want to encourage our residents to establish their own form of check-in program. If you have a senior parent, grandparent, friend, or neighbor, make it a priority to call them. Call them every day. Spend a few minutes talking with them to make sure that everything's okay. With regard to our families, we're proud to announce that we've established the Family Connect initiative. We want to encourage families to utilize our education and cultural resources online. Visit our library, the South Florida Science Center, or the zoo websites for online resources, activities, and programs. Additionally, the Palm Beach County Cultural Council offers a variety of free online cultural programming for families. Finally, we are working to find innovative ways to help our community. I want to specifically thank the South Florida Science Center. They've started using their 3D printers to create and donate 150 face shields to our city's Emergency Operations Center. These face shields will prove to be invaluable to our first responders, healthcare workers, and workers in our assisted living facilities. Likewise, I'd like to thank the West Palm Beach Firefighters Association, the Steel Tide Distillery, and for eFirst Alert for working with Commissioner Fox and me on producing and distributing hand sanitizer for our first responders, healthcare workers, and those working in our assisted living facilities. Partnerships such as these are so vital to our residents and will enable us to get through this together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Peduzzi. Next, I would like to invite Commissioner Lambert to speak about the updates coming out of the Community Engagement and Volunteer Services Group. Commissioner?
Thank you, Mayor. Hi, my name is Christina Lambert. I'm your Commissioner in District 5, and I am serving as the COVID-19 Response Unit Group Leader for Community Services and Volunteer Outreach. Our group members include Susie Diaz, Executive Director of Bach Middle School of the Arts Foundation, Charisma Adams, Principal of Articulate Consulting, Jamie Lee Brown, Chief Strategic Initiative Officer of Community Partners of South Florida, and Aaron Warmus, Chief Technology Officer of the Clematis Street-based SmartX Advisory Solutions, and a guy on Clematis. Wendy Morse, Director of the Office of Public Life of the City of West Palm Beach, and Mary Pinnock, Community Events Manager for the City of West Palm Beach. Our group is working to make sure that city, nonprofit, and private sector services and resources get to the residents as quickly as possible. We are specifically focused on organization, communication, and engagement. Over the last 3 weeks, our mayor, city staff, and my fellow commissioners have been working on a variety of programs related to food services, housing and homelessness, helping our seniors and families, as well as our business community. We are also working on assessments of nonprofits to organize a comprehensive database of all local services for residents as our needs continue to grow through this crisis. Today, I am proud to announce the launch of the West Palm Beach COVID-19 Toolbox. Over the past few weeks, we have worked to create this toolbox to create a centralized resource that includes the following: the latest health and safety resources for keeping you and your family safe, information on testing and where to get medical attention, food distribution information around the city and at our local schools, business support and financial assistance programs at the state, local, and federal level, rental and housing assistance programs that you heard our mayor speak about earlier, resources on how to apply for food stamps or get help with re-employment efforts, links to all our city and cultural programs for children, families, and seniors, programs for seniors to get support and check-ins that Commissioner Peduzzi talked about, and how to manage your stress and well-being. The toolbox is being launched today in English and will be distributed through the mayor's newsletter as well as through city coordinators, including through our minority community and faith-based groups. We are working with community partners of South Florida to translate this toolbox into Spanish and Haitian Creole, and we will have those available in just a few days. The toolbox will be updated regularly as new programs in the city, nonprofit, and private sectors become available. The toolbox is available at WPB.org/COVID-19 and will be sent via email if you are signed up to the city's newsletter or receive city emails. Next, I'm proud to announce that we have launched the WPB Cares Volunteer Program. We are asking for residents who have time to volunteer of their time, money, or resources to help. Please go to our website and sign up to volunteer. We are also looking for residents who are interested in volunteering and signing up as a community captain. Here you will be a local resource on your street, in your neighborhood, or with your peer networking groups to help keep us informed on what your neighbors may need to know now or in the future. Finally, we want to show that through these challenging times, there is a message of hope and good positivity. If you have a story to share about your neighbor, about neighbors helping neighbors, please email them to wpbcares@wpb.org or share them on social media with the hashtag WPBCares. We want to use this opportunity to show how we're helping each other during these difficult times. We look forward to expanding these programs in community services and volunteer engagement, as well as getting through this together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Lambert. In closing, I want to again thank our heroes, the West Palm Beach Fire Department, the West Palm Beach Police Department, all hospital workers, and everyone on the front line of this fight. I also, again, want to thank city staff for the great work that they are doing to help us to continue to serve the residents of this great city. I also want to thank the Quantum Foundation for their help with the mobile testing. We will continue to welcome our nonprofit and private donors who want to work together and make a difference in our city. Thanks to those who have responded to my challenge to the private sector as partners of the WPB Together program. The monies are coming in and we're expecting even more. Keep the contributions coming. Finally, remember our city is as resilient as the palm trees that dot our landscape. West Palm Beach will bend, but will not break. Our work is continuing, but we are seeing positive progress in this fight. Thank you. With that, I'll take any questions you may have. Yes.
Assisted Living Facility Task Force, is this private that's about again?
Chief, you want to talk about?
Came through, and that task force goes out to nursing home and ALF facilities throughout the city. And what we do, we have a questionnaire that we ask them. It's, do you have any PPE? If not, what do you need? What are your other needs if any of that need to be met? Do you have, how is your residents holding up? How is your staff holding up? We ask a series of questions. What we do is we actually collect that into a data source, a survey 123. And what it does is it live feeds back into the EOC, and we can bring it up in a GIS map, and we can take a look at that and see what is coming in live, so we know where to send our resources through the city. And in partnership with some of the Department of Health and the Quantum Foundation, we've been able to get some of their needs met. We're also working with the DOH by handing out their surveys that they have. That's kind of like a pre-survey for them before they go out and do their walkthroughs with the facilities.
So if someone in that facility had a concern with COVID-19, you would be aware of that and help them?
Yeah, so I mean, we do ask those questions. Unfortunately, through HIPAA, we're really not allowed to get their medical information unless we're running a call on them. So we're not really, there's certain medical questions we're not allowed to ask, and we don't ask due to HIPAA violations. But we have been, our response to those facilities has been, as normal, except for we are now gearing up in the proper PPE whenever we go to any of the calls.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Could you elaborate a little bit for us? You said that you guys are starting to begin to talk about reopening up the city. Has any type of date been talked about, or how, walk us through the process, how would that work?
To answer the second question first, no, we've not come up with any particular date. We've been having internal discussions as to what that would look like. But as I said, there are a number of preconditions that must be in place before then, robust testing, and making sure there are plans to keep the medically vulnerable sheltered in place. We will also obviously be communicating with the county. And I would hope, this is not anything I've talked to the county about, that we would have a regional approach to reopening with our counties to the south and the north, because with those areas being so readily accessible, to me it only makes sense if we have a coordinated, collaborative approach to getting back in business. But these are very preliminary discussions, and we're just trying to monitor things as best we can. Listen, we would love to be able to get our city up and running again. There are businesses that need the help, but we have to be very smart about it.
In regards to the testing being done locally, are you satisfied with the numbers that are being tested over at the ballpark? And I know they recently opened up another facility down in South County, but are you thinking now that more people aren't being tested? Are you happy with those numbers?
Well, I'm not happy with them. I think we're woefully under-tested. But I'm happy that we're making progress in that regard. It's somewhat disappointing that it's taken us this long to make this much progress. But we are making progress, and I'm pleased with that. Even the rollout of the mobile testing, I think, is a big step in the right direction, and hopefully we'll be able to do that in a more aggressive manner, and truly appreciate the partners, Quantum Foundation, Department of Health, et cetera, for facilitating that. But no, I'm not happy. I think that there needs to be a lot more testing done. And testing is the key to really understanding. That's one of the foundational pillars, if you will, to us getting back open. We need to make sure we're having ample testing so we know who is affected by this virus, and we can adjust accordingly. Make sure that proper people being quarantined and isolated, so that there's not a risk of a spike once we do reopen. Yes.
On the small businesses, you know of one that has closed and don't think that they will be able to get back on their feet after this. Is there anything other than a loan that they have to repay that they think that they can get from the city or anything like that?
Well, listen, the city itself, I think, has stepped up to the plate quickly. We got money out on the street even before the federal and state. But that is we recognize we are not the full solution to this problem. There are so many more resources, fiscal resources, that need to come out to our small businesses. Even at the federal level, they've run out of money up there. And I know there are a number of businesses that still have needs, and hopefully Congress and the administration up there will get their act together and get more money out on the street. But it's not just small businesses, it's hospitals. Listen, as a city, we have significant fiscal needs as well, and I'm hoping that they'll put a package together to help local governments. But no, there is a lot that needs to be done, but I'm very pleased with the resources in our city, the team that I have behind me with my commissioners, and even those who aren't here. You know, we got creative. We dug around and found some monies to at least get something on the street to the West Palm Beach small businesses that are suffering. But we recognize there's a lot more that needs to be done. Our resources are limited, so we're hoping that the cavalry come riding in the name of the federal government and their resources. Anything else? Thank you all very much. Stay safe. Great job.